Pierce, I have to say on that note, I just saw a few days ago an image that just, I just have to share this with you. I saw an image of Abigail Edan. She was kidnapped when she was 3 years old. Hamas kidnapped her on the 7th of October. And there was a picture of her carrying her school bag and heading to school after being returned to Israel. So I think that this is the true victory that we see, that life in Israel goes on and we are not going anywhere. And I think that, in regards to this whole peace plan and the efforts being made to bring our hostages back and put an end to this war, because we all know, and I think you would agree with me as well, that we have to end this war as soon as possible. And the sooner the better, all while remembering that we must bring the hostages as soon as possible. Every day that they're there is a day in a living hell. And as we're speaking right now, there are still hostages in the dungeons of Hamas suffering simply because they're Jewish.
Yeah, listen, you won't get any disagreement from me about the hostages. It's a disgusting, ongoing war crime that these hostages are being kept by Hamas.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
Hamas, well, I've acknowledged it every day I've covered the story. Hamas are a despicable terrorist organisation. The snatching of hostages was disgusting. The murder of 1,200 people was disgusting. The wounding of nearly 7,000 more was disgusting. Everything about that attack 2 years ago was disgusting. With regard to the peace deal that you just referenced, a lot of people... clearly a lot of momentum now trying to make this happen. A lot of people believe the catalyst for the real momentum came with a furious denunciation by President Trump of Prime Minister Netanyahu about the attack by Israeli forces on Doha, on Hamas negotiators, that was done without prior agreement from the United States. Doha obviously has a huge American military base there, the biggest in the Middle East for American forces. And the moment that happened, I was like, what the hell is Israel doing? Why on earth would it, attack in Doha, knowing how inflammatory that would be to the whole Middle East and to all the rulers of all the Middle East countries, as it has been? It would enrage President Trump, who's a close friend of the Emir of Qatar. I know that because I saw them together in Doha at the state dinner earlier this year. And I couldn't understand anything about this. None of it made sense. And we now understand that Prime Minister Netanyahu apologised to the Prime Minister of Qatar for what happened. Donald Trump has now given security guarantees to Qatar that if this happens again, the United States will get involved in defending Qatar's interests.